Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. And today we're taking a look at Carl Sagan's The Cosmic Connection,
Oh, yeah.
which is a really fascinating look at not just the science of the cosmos, but also our personal philosophical relationship with it.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and the book itself is this kind of really interesting blend of, he's got the hard science explanations, and then he's got these personal anecdotes and
Mhm.
stories, and then he throws in some, kind of crazy what-if questions. And
Yeah, it's a really unique mix.
it is.
He manages to take these really complex scientific concepts and make them approachable and understandable.
Yeah.
And he weaves in his own, personal reflections and thoughts, and
Right.
it just makes you really think deeply about, humanity's place in this vast universe.
It does. And I think one of the things that he does so well is right out of the gate, he throws out this idea that we are all made of stardust.
Literally.
Literally. Not like in some metaphorical way, but like the elements that make up our bodies were forged in the hearts of dying stars billions of years ago.
It's pretty wild when you think about it.
Yeah.
We often think of ourselves as separate from the cosmos, but Sagan's like, no, no, no. We are a fundamental part of it. We are,
Right.
children of the stars.
Yeah, and so he takes these basic building blocks that were, forged in these stars, and he takes us on this journey of how life arose on Earth. From these simple molecules to these complex organisms.
Yeah.
And it's a story of incredible complexity and, maybe a little bit of luck along the way.
Definitely a bit of luck. But what I find really cool is that Sagan doesn't assume that life elsewhere would follow the same path.
Right.
He cautions against what he calls chauvinism, which is the idea that alien life would necessarily resemble life as we know it.
It's got to be, carbon-based and breathe oxygen. And
Exactly. He's like, open your mind. There could be life forms out there that are so different from anything we can imagine.
And he has this great anecdote about meeting Elvar, who was this dolphin at a research institute.
Oh, yeah, I love that story.
Yeah, and Elvar, after being introduced,
Mm.
playfully greets Sagan with this spray of water,
Yeah.
which, just shows that intelligence and communication can take so many forms,
Mm.
even here on Earth.
It makes you wonder, what if the principles of life are universal, but the specific forms it takes are just wildly diverse?
Right.
What properties of life are truly universal and which are just accidents of Earth's unique history?
So we've talked about, the building blocks of life. We've talked about, maybe life existing elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about some specific places. So Venus, our planetary neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
Sagan was very fascinated by Venus.
He was.
And made some really accurate predictions about its environment long before we had the technology to actually confirm them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how he was able to deduce Venus's hellish conditions, with its extreme temperatures and pressures, just using scientific reasoning and modeling.
Yeah. It's a testament to the power of science to understand these worlds even before we can physically go to them.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think my favorite part of this whole Venus thing is he won a bet
Right.
against a fellow scientist who doubted Venus's high surface pressure.
He put his money where his mouth was.
Did. Put your money where your science is.
Exactly.
And then he talks about, the strange optical effects on Venus due to Rayleigh scattering.
Right.
So, Venus is this world shrouded in this thick haze, and there's this dim reddish glow.
It's so different from what we're used to here.
Right.
It makes you realize that our idea of a normal planetary environment might be pretty limited.
Yeah. And so after Venus, he moves on to Mars.
Okay.
And I think Sagan takes a very balanced approach to the possibility of life on Mars.
Yeah, he doesn't jump to conclusions.
He doesn't.
But he's definitely intrigued by the possibility.
Right. So there's the excitement of the unknown and this potential for these groundbreaking discoveries.
Right.
But he also emphasizes the need for caution. He contrasts this romanticized notion of Martian canals imagined by, astronomers like Percival Lowell
Oh, yeah.
with the more likely explanation of natural geological formations.
Yeah.
Which is a good reminder to, not let our imaginations run wild and to, stay grounded in the evidence.
For sure. Sometimes the simplest explanation is the best one.
Right. And speaking of grounding,
Okay.
he's very serious about avoiding back contamination.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Which is, bringing Martian organisms back to Earth, even accidentally.
Right.
That could have devastating consequences.
It's like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It really is.
But it's a real concern, and it highlights the ethical considerations that come with space exploration.
Totally. We have this responsibility to protect our planet and, any potential life we might encounter.
Absolutely. Our excitement about discovery can't overshadow the potential risks.
Yeah, so it's a delicate balance, for sure.
Yeah.
But even with those risks, the possibility of finding life on Mars is incredibly exciting. And Sagan even suggests that Martian life might exist in like a dormant state waiting for more favorable conditions.
Like it's hiding out, waiting to make a comeback.
Right. It makes you wonder what kind of life could survive in those harsh conditions.
How would we even recognize it if we found it?
Yeah, it challenges our very definition of life.
Exactly. We tend to think of life as we know it. But what if life elsewhere has evolved in ways we can't even comprehend?
So now we've talked about, life on other planets, but what if we encounter intelligent life
Oh, wow.
out there beyond Earth? Like, what happens then?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is, and it's a topic that's filled with both excitement and anxiety.
Definitely.
Like, what would it mean for humanity?
Right, what would they be like? Would they be friendly or hostile?
Right.
It's hard not to let your imagination run wild.
And Sagan doesn't shy away from those anxieties.
No, he doesn't.
He actually points to historical examples of exploitation on Earth where contact between cultures with unequal technology
Oh, great.
did not go well for the less advanced group.
It's a cautionary tale for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's this reminder that, first contact wouldn't necessarily be all sunshine and rainbows.
Right. It could be incredibly complex.
Yeah.
With the potential for both great benefits and, some serious risks.
But even with those risks, Sagan doesn't lose sight of the potential positive outcomes.
No, he's an optimist at heart.
He is.
He believes in the power of science and human ingenuity.
And he suggests that an extraterrestrial message could hold, incredibly valuable knowledge.
Like what?
Like maybe even insights into how to avoid self-destruction.
Wow. Imagine receiving a cosmic guidebook from a civilization that's figured out how to overcome the challenges we're still struggling with.
It would be a game changer.
It would. And it speaks to Sagan's optimism about the possibilities of communication and collaboration.
Yeah, he believed that even contact with a more advanced civilization could ultimately push us to evolve and grow as a species.
Like a cosmic mentorship program.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that optimism really shines through when he talks about the future of space exploration.
Yeah, he sees humanity's future among the stars.
He does. He draws this parallel between exploring the solar system and the age of exploration on Earth.
Oh, that's a good comparison.
Yeah, and he talks about the disappointment of the Apollo program's cancellation,
Right.
but also his hope for future collaborations between nations in space exploration.
Yeah, like imagine countries putting aside their differences to work together and unlock the secrets of the cosmos.
It would be incredible. And he wasn't just dreaming big, he was thinking practically too.
Oh, yeah.
He had some crazy ideas about solar sailing and astroengineering projects.
Like harnessing the power of sunlight to propel spacecraft across the solar system.
Yeah, it sounds like science fiction.
It does.
But Sagan saw it as a real possibility.
That's what I love about him. He could blend scientific rigor with a sense of wonder and possibility.
Yeah.
He encourages us to think big, to imagine what might be possible while still grounding those ideas in scientific principles.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have, from stardust to aliens.
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
What stands out to you the most from all of this?
That's a tough one. There's so much to choose from. But I think for me, it's Sagan's emphasis on the interconnectedness of everything.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just passive observers of the universe, we're active participants.
Right.
We're made of the same stuff as stars, and the same forces that govern the cosmos are at work in our own lives.
That's a great point. It's easy to feel small and insignificant when we look up at the vastness of space.
Yeah.
But Sagan reminds us that we're not detached from the universe. We're an integral part of it.
We are.
And that makes exploring the cosmos so much more profound.
For sure.
It's not just about discovering new worlds. It's about understanding our own place in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely. It's a journey of self-discovery as much as it is a journey of scientific exploration.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning for a second.
Okay.
Because, we talked about stardust and how we're all made of it.
Mm-hmm.
But Sagan actually goes into a lot of detail about the formation of stars and planets.
Oh, yeah. He breaks down the whole process.
He does, and it's amazing how he explains these really complex processes and makes them both understandable and awe-inspiring.
It's mind-boggling to think that the atoms in our bodies were once part of stars that lived and died billions of years ago.
I know. It's hard to wrap your head around.
It is, but Sagan does a great job of explaining it.
And he uses such vivid imagery and analogies.
Oh, yeah, like when he compares a piece of neutron star matter falling through the Earth to a razor blade slicing through warm butter.
I love that. It makes these abstract concepts come alive.
It does.
Yeah.
He had a real gift for making science accessible without dumbing it down.
Yeah.
It's like he's taking you on a personal tour of the universe and pointing out all the most amazing sights and explaining them in a way that anyone can understand.
And speaking of amazing sights, he also dives into black holes.
Oh, yeah, those enigmatic objects that warp space and time.
It's mind-bending stuff.
It is.
But he explains it with such clarity and wonder.
He does a good job of acknowledging the limitations of our current understanding.
Yeah.
But he doesn't let that stop him from exploring the potential implications of these discoveries.
And that's what makes the cosmic connection so compelling.
Yeah.
It's this blend of scientific rigor and imaginative speculation.
Right.
He invites us to contemplate the universe with both a sense of awe and a critical eye, encouraging us to embrace the unknown while also demanding evidence and logical reasoning. He even speculates about the existence of advanced extraterrestrial civilizations.
Oh, yeah.
That have mastered the manipulation of energy and matter.
Like civilizations that could build Dyson spheres.
Exactly. These massive structures that could harness the power of entire stars.
It's mind-blowing.
It is. It's a reminder that the possibilities of technology are vast.
Right.
And that civilizations far more advanced than our own might have capabilities that we can't even imagine.
It's humbling and exciting at the same time.
It is. He even suggests the possibility of a galactic transportation system based on black holes.
Wait, what?
Like a network of cosmic shortcuts.
Get out of here.
I know, right?
That's incredible.
It is. Like imagine a galaxy teeming with intelligent life, all connected by these black holes that function like cosmic train lines.
It's truly mind-blowing.
It is. And even if such advanced technologies remain in the realm of speculation, Sagan's exploration of these possibilities just sparks our imaginations.
Totally.
And it reminds us of the sheer wonder and potential that exists in the universe.
Well, I think that's a perfect place to wrap up this part of our deep dive into the cosmic connection.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have. But there's still so much more to explore. We'll be back soon to continue our journey through Sagan's fascinating and thought-provoking work.
Looking forward to it.
Me too. See you next time.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's hiding out, just waiting for the right moment.
Waiting to make a comeback.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Like it makes you wonder, like, what kind of life could actually survive in such harsh conditions?
Right. And how would we even recognize it
Yeah.
if we found it?
I mean, that's a really good question. It really challenges our very definition of what life even is.
Right. We tend to think of life as we know it, but what if life elsewhere has evolved in ways that we can't even imagine?
Okay, so we've talked about, life on other planets, but let's take that a step further.
Okay.
What happens if we actually encounter intelligent life
Oh, wow.
beyond Earth?
That's like the ultimate question, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, what would happen? It's a topic that's filled with both excitement and anxiety, for sure.
Yeah, like what would it mean for humanity?
Right. Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
what would they be like? Would they be friendly or would they be hostile?
Would they even want to talk to us?
Right. Exactly. Like, it's so hard not to let your imagination run wild with the possibilities.
And Sagan doesn't shy away from those anxieties.
No, he doesn't.
He actually points to historical examples here on Earth where contact between cultures with unequal technology
Right.
did not end well for the less advanced group.
Yeah, it's a cautionary tale, to say the least.
It is. It's like this reminder that, first contact wouldn't necessarily be all sunshine and rainbows.
Right. It could be incredibly complex.
Yeah.
And there's definitely potential for both great benefits, but also, some serious risks.
But even with those risks, I think Sagan ultimately remained optimistic.
Yeah, he did. He was always hopeful about the future.
Yeah.
He believed in the power of science and human ingenuity to solve problems.
Yeah, and he even suggests that, an extraterrestrial message
Okay.
could actually hold incredibly valuable knowledge.
Like what kind of knowledge?
Like maybe even insights into how to avoid self-destruction as a species.
Wow, that would be incredible.
Right. Like imagine receiving a cosmic guidebook
Yeah.
from a civilization that has already figured out how to overcome the challenges that we're still struggling with.
Yeah, that would be a total game changer.
Right. And that really speaks to Sagan's optimism about the possibilities of communication and collaboration.
Yeah, he really believed in the power of connection.
He did. He believed that even contact with a more advanced civilization could ultimately push us to evolve and grow as a species.
Like a cosmic mentorship program.
I love that. And that optimism really shines through when he talks about the future of space exploration.
Yeah, he had such a grand vision for humanity's future among the stars.
He did. He draws this parallel between exploring the solar system and the age of exploration on Earth.
Oh, that's a really good analogy.
Right, like those early explorers who set sail across uncharted oceans.
Yeah, driven by curiosity and a thirst for knowledge.
Yeah, and he talks about, the disappointment of the Apollo program's cancellation,
Right.
but also his hope for, future collaborations between nations.
Like, imagine countries putting aside their differences and working together to unlock the secrets of the cosmos.
That would be incredible.
Hmm.
And the best part is he wasn't just dreaming big.
No, he was also thinking practically.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
He had some really interesting ideas about solar sailing and astroengineering projects.
Right, like harnessing the power of the sun to travel through space.
Yeah, it sounds like science fiction.
It does.
But Sagan saw it as a real possibility.
That's what I love about him. He was able to blend scientific rigor with a sense of wonder and possibility.
Yeah.
He encouraged us to think big, to imagine what might be possible while still grounding those ideas in scientific principles.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have, from stardust to aliens to the future of space exploration.
What stands out to you the most from all of this?
It's hard to pick just one thing, but I think for me, it's Sagan's emphasis on the interconnectedness of everything.
Okay.
Like, we're not just passive observers of the universe,
Yeah.
we're active participants. We're made of the same stuff as the stars, and the same forces that govern the cosmos are at work in our own lives.
That's such a powerful thought. It's easy to feel small and insignificant when you look up at the night sky.
Yeah,
But Sagan reminds us that we're not detached from the universe. We're an integral part of it.
exactly. And that's what makes exploring the cosmos so much more profound.
Right.
It's not just about discovering new worlds. It's about understanding our own place in the grand scheme of things.
It's a journey of self-discovery as much as it is a journey of scientific exploration.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really is incredible to think about all the possibilities out there. And, even if we never encounter another intelligent civilization out there,
Right.
the journey of exploring the cosmos is worthwhile in its own right.
Oh, absolutely. It makes us question everything, our assumptions about life intelligence, our place in the universe.
It's humbling
It is.
and exhilarating at the same time.
Yeah, Sagan really captures that feeling beautifully in The Cosmic Connection.
He does.
He reminds us that we're incredibly lucky to be alive at a time when we can actually start to understand these mysteries of the universe. Like,
Yeah.
our exploration is really just getting started.
And speaking of understanding the universe, before we finish up, I want to touch on Sagan's idea of classifying civilizations
Oh, yeah.
based on their energy consumption.
Right. The whole type 2, type 3 thing.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting way to think about, how civilizations might develop technologically.
So for those who haven't heard of this, can you just give us a quick rundown of those different types?
Yeah, so a Type I civilization can basically harness all the energy that's available on its home planet.
Okay.
A Type 2 civilization can control the energy of its star.
Wow.
And then a Type 3 civilization has access to the energy of an entire galaxy.
Like a Type 3 civilization would be unbelievably powerful.
Oh, yeah. We're still trying to figure out sustainable energy here on Earth.
Right.
And Sagan's talking about civilizations that can tap into the power of galaxies.
It's mind-boggling.
It really puts things into perspective.
It does. But Sagan also points out that energy consumption isn't the only way to measure a civilization's advancement.
Right.
He introduces this other idea of measuring a civilization's information content.
Yes.
So basically like the total amount of knowledge and understanding that a civilization possesses.
Exactly. It's not just about brute force energy. It's also about, wisdom and knowledge.
So how do you even measure something like that?
Well, he uses the game of 20 questions as an analogy. So basically, a civilization's ability to win this game consistently reflects its overall information capacity.
So like a civilization that can quickly zero in on the right answer through deduction and elimination.
Right, exactly. They would be considered more advanced in terms of their information content.
That's really interesting. So even though we might not be a Type I civilization in terms of energy consumption,
Right.
we could still be surprisingly advanced in terms of our information content.
Exactly. We might have more knowledge and understanding than we realize.
Makes you wonder what incredible knowledge we might uncover in the future.
Oh, for sure. There's so much out there that we still don't know.
Well, as we wrap up our deep dive into the cosmic connection,
Hmm.
I think that's a perfect takeaway. We're all made of star stuff,
Yeah.
exploring this vast universe.
Trying to make sense of it all.
Exactly. It's a journey filled with wonder, mystery, and endless possibilities.
And it's a journey that's just beginning.
Absolutely.
Mm.
There's so much more to discover out there, and the future of space exploration is incredibly exciting.
I can't wait to see what we find.
Me too. If you want to learn more about these ideas and explore them further, I highly recommend checking out The Cosmic Connection by Carl Sagan.
It's a fantastic book.
It is. It'll make you look up at the night sky with a renewed sense of awe and wonder.
For sure.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never lose that sense of curiosity.
See you next time.